Let's take a look at the Ford Everest, a model that debuted in 2015 and remained in production until 2021. So, what makes this rugged 7-seater SUV stand out? Does it have any features that set it apart from the dominant Japanese rivals in this segment? Overview. The second-generation Everest is a quintessential body-on-frame SUV. Like its direct competitors, the Toyota Fortuner, Mitsubishi Pajero Sport and Isuzu MUX, it is essentially a modified pickup truck platform. Everest's visual similarities to its sibling, the 6th-generation Ford Ranger, are obvious. Even though only 10 years have passed since its launch at the time of this review's publication, it must be acknowledged that Everest has aged quite quickly, as it now appears fairly outdated. While the 2018 facelift brings some technical improvements, including a new 10-speed gearbox, it makes little difference to the appearance. While the Everest's bulky impression is partly achieved by the limited glass area, this approach makes it somewhat impractical for tight spaces, negatively impacting visibility. The front of the Ford features a prominent grille, finished in chrome for the top-of-the-line version presented here. There are also premium headlights, equipped with LED daytime running lights and HID main light sources. Everest side lines are dignified and subdued, rather than dynamic. Admittedly, the bodywork doesn't resemble a random rear end slapped onto a pickup. It's cohesive, a swagger without any real flair. Viewed from the rear, the Everest also looks somewhat dated. The car measures 4.9 meters in length, 1.84 meters in height, and 1.86 meters in width. With a wheelbase of 285 centimeters, it is over 10 centimeters longer than the Toyota Fortuner. However, like its direct competitors, the Ford's interior is cramped in the third-row seats to the point where it is suitable for two 10-year-olds at best. Everest's turning radius, at 5.85 meters, is 5 centimeters wider than the Fortuner's and significantly less agile than the Isuzu MUX or Mitsubishi Pajero Sport, both of which require 30 centimeters less space for a U-turn. Ride quality and safety features. It certainly has similar characteristics compared to other rugged SUVs, like the models mentioned above. All of them share the same design roots as their sibling pickup trucks. Like the rivals, the Everest features modified rear suspension compared to its semi-truck sibling. Rather than leaf springs, it has coil springs. The suspension is soft, so the body rolls significantly when cornering, but rough roads are well smoothed, and bumps are nicely cushioned. The power steering is well weighted, and the handling seems good for a vehicle of this type. The top of the range trim Everest presented here has a feature that may come as a surprise, an active noise cancellation system similar to that found in noise-canceling headphones. The cabin provides a comfortable experience in terms of acoustics and noise levels. While the petrol-powered versions are naturally the quietest, the 3.2-liter diesel variant presented here also boasts excellent driving refinement thanks to its 5-cylinder engine design. As mentioned, the Everest performs much better on bumpy roads and off-road than on the road or in dense urban areas. After all, it was designed in Australia. The standard 22.5 centimeters of ground clearance and water fording capacity of up to 80 centimeters are very impressive. However, the side sills can be a nuisance as they can easily catch on rough terrain. While we are on the subject of difficult terrain, the approach angle is 29.5 and the departure angle is 25. Everest weighs 2,450 kilograms in its top-of-the-range trim, which is a lot considering competitors are lighter by an average of 300 kilograms. You might expect this to increase the towing capacity, but the Everest can only tow 3,000 kilograms instead of 3,100 kilograms like its rivals. Mass affects handling, but it's not the only factor that determines a vehicle's ability to overcome different types of terrain. Standard features of the Everest include four-wheel drive and a combination of differential locks, including a rear axle lock and hill descent assist. While the system works well, it is somewhat similar to that of the Land Rover. Although it is effective, it's worth remembering that the Everest requires slightly higher RPM for the traction control to adequately brake the slipping wheels and free the trapped vehicle. So, in this respect, too, the Everest doesn't set the benchmark. Interior and luggage capacity. Now let's move on to the interior. What are first impressions? While the styling isn't particularly innovative, most elements are intuitive and ergonomic. The quality of the materials and finish is a little disappointing though. The seats, especially those in the front, are comfortable and look quite good, but the rest of the trim is made of low quality, hard plastic that is prone to scratching, an issue that is to be expected in this class of SUV. On board, you'll find a range of driver assistance systems, including practical adaptive cruise control. In terms of active and passive safety, the car is certainly well equipped. Following the 2018 facelift, autonomous emergency braking was added. An attractive optional extra is the double panoramic sunroof, which adds to the car's sense of comfort. Other plus points are the sliding rear seat and the climate control panel for the second row of passengers. Unfortunately, the third row is cramped and difficult to access. This space should be reserved for children under 10 or as a very occasional spare seat. Power-assisted folding system for the third row of seats is a notable feature. A handy addition is the power tailgate, which was upgraded in 2018 to include activation via a foot gesture under the rear bumper. Cargo space is ample. With 7 passengers on board, the minimum volume is 450 liters. With 5 passengers, it is 1,050 liters. And with both rear rows of seats folded down, it is 2,100 liters. Price at BEFORWARD. Similar Ford Everest you can buy at BEFORWARD. The 2015-2021 model starts from around $16,000. Explore stock of more than 220 Ford Everest vehicles at BEFORWARD.JP. The right one might be closer than you think. Check the link in the description below for current stock and pricing. Our inventory is updated daily. Engine options and efficiency. The second-generation Ford Everest was available with a choice of 5 engines, 2 petrol and 3 diesel, which offered various power outputs. In this model, we find the largest diesel engine, which is undoubtedly one of the Everest's standout strengths. This 3.2-liter, 5-cylinder, turbocharged engine delivers 200 PS and 470 Nm of torque at 3,000 RPM. Combined with a 6-speed automatic transmission, it offers a lot of driving pleasure. Well-distributed torque and smooth gear changes make the car feel surprisingly dynamic. The 5-cylinder diesel engine is quiet and runs with great smoothness, producing a pleasant sound. Fuel efficiency is impressive for a car of this size and engine displacement. It is quite achievable to average around 10 liters per 100 kilometers in the mixed cycle. It is possible to achieve around 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers on longer stretches outside the city if the accelerator pedal is used gently. Depending on the engine configuration and target market, the Everest can also be equipped with a range of automatic and manual gearboxes, as well as a very efficient 10-speed automatic transmission in the 2018 version and later. If you're looking for quality car at great price, visit BEFORWARD.JP. Explore our extensive stock of used and brand new vehicles, including models from our Thailand inventory. We offer a vast selection of vehicles to suit every taste and budget. You can also send your inquiries to top@BEFORWARD.JP.